Hey guys, welcome back to So, Who Are You Really? Real Life Spirituality. My name is Chris Lanning. I am the moderator of the show, and as you know, the hosts are Bryan Winston and Jody Lemieux. But what you may not know is the behind the scenes a little bit when we do these recordings. See, these two love to talk. And so I've learned to hit record the minute we get on, even if we're not ready to start, because you never know what's going to happen. Such was the case with this episode when they took a deep dive on the word secure. So take a look at that and a little more of the behind the scenes before the episode got started.
Hold on. It's counting down. The word that they have is, so this is the prayer. The prayer is, I am safe. I love my life.
I'm going to offer secure. I am secure. It has the word cure in it. C-U-R-E, cure. I am cured.
Secure. Did you notice that before? Secure?
Someone offered it to me rather than safe.
Secure. I wonder what's the prefix? Does SE, is that a prefix for something? No. Secure?
I have no idea. However, the word safe from the Course in Miracles denotes a danger, to be safe from something. So the person said, change it to secure.
Secure.
The prefix SE means apart, away, or separate.
Secure.
So that would be away from a cure.
Yeah,
Or it could be a part of a cure. A part. Does a part mean to come a part of it, to come together, or does it mean a part to go away from?
I'll offer this.
Okay.
So regardless of the prefix, right? When I think of safe as opposed to secure. When I think of secure, I think of like when there's a storm and you have to secure the windows, or being held down. There's a guy who's working on the windows out here, and his floor is up, and he's secured to the rig he's on, so that if he falls, he's not going to be harmed. Or I think of being stable. I think of being held down. I think of but held down in a way where it's beneficial. So secure, and I hear what you mean now. So safe is like, I'm safe. I'm safe from harm. Whereas secure doesn't necessarily have that same connotation. So it's like, I'm held down. I'm secure. I'm balanced. I am
anchored.
I'm anchored. There's a foundation. I'm secured to my foundation.
Yes.
I have found a way to help Jody's ideas here. So yes, it means apart from. However, in Indonesian usage, SE is used to substitute for the word one, a sense of singularity or oneness. And the Latin prefix SE is related to the pronoun sed, which is thought to have conveyed a sense of one's own or self. So self-cure.
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 Yes.
Self-cure.
Nice.
Nice indeed. That was a fun little exploration.
Yes, it was. Bryan, thank you for having your book right handy. I am looking at my stack of books. I have yet to put them on my new bookshelf.
Yeah, I have all my books like staring right at me. Like I'm like, as I'm coaching people, or even in conversations, like all my books are kind of staring at me. So I'm like, a lot of times I'll think, or like, oh, what book would be helpful? And that book stares at me quite often. So
yes, I inherited my aunt's, which was my grandparents' glass book cabinet. So I removed one of my cabinets that I had in here, and I just stacked my books up on the floor. So I'm looking at the stack of books. I have yet to put them on the cabinet.
Oh, awesome.
So,
well,
Did you like that peek behind the scenes? Well, it didn't end there, because then Jody's attention turned to the fact that I had been sick that week and still sounded like it. And that led us to an entire episode on self-healing. So here is that episode.
Here's a beautiful example of Chris is an entrepreneur, and he's presenting with an illness. He's presenting with symptoms, and it's slowing him down in business. So how can we heal ourselves to the point where we can continue to inspire others and to show up for others.
Mm-hmm.
Tie into what we just talked about, the difference between safety and secure.
Mm-hmm.
And that would definitely play into time management, because I'm just not getting stuff done because it's like I'm taking naps or can't think creatively, or, you know.
Mm-hmm. And there, as I said, when I invested in my business, I put the money out, and then my bank said, deny, deny. And then an hour later, I had symptoms of a headache, chills, and I put myself to bed for 24 hours. And then upon waking on the third day, so that was Friday and Saturday, I woke up on Sunday and I felt amazing. I was in my garden, I was outside, I was in the sunshine. So there is a time for rest and a time for coming back, or coming to.
Coming back.
I'm listening to my own language. Coming back to what?
Well, coming back into service, it's almost like Steve Chandler talks about a machine. Like if there's like a snack machine, and the snack machine says out of service, what does it mean? It means it's not available to serve. And when we're sick, or when we're noticed, when we're sick, we're tired, whatever it is, exhausted, we're out of service at that point. We don't have the ability at that point. Well, at least it seems that way. We don't have the ability to really outwardly serve at that point.
And so what the typical individual, what I did prior to understanding metaphysics and spirituality and consciousness and language, I would go and pop a ibuprofen. And if it got to the point where the ibuprofen was unhelpful, then I would go to my doctor and I would be prescribed a prescription. When in fact, what's really powerful is to be secure in my own subconscious and use decrees to heal myself.
One thing I want to say is that I want to say yes and absolutely, right? And the funny thing about that is that when many times I've noticed that if I am feeling sick, if I am feeling tired or whatever it is, and I have like this book, like right there, or like I have a whole bunch of other healing books. For whatever reason, I don't want to. It's like almost like I notice it's medicine, and medicine's gross. It's something like it's almost like my consciousness level doesn't mix with that at that time, and it almost like puts like a barrier between me and what would be helpful. All right. If going to a doctor helps you to feel better, right? If it helps you to, I want to say if it helps you to feel better, then that's what we really want, is to feel better. But we do have this power. We have this ability. We just don't know we have the ability. Most of us don't know we have this ability to really help ourselves in the way that you're talking about, Jody.
And there is time for doctors. Absolutely. I would love for people to hear what I'm saying is, if it's a common cold, if it's something you feel as though with your subconscious power, with the power within you to move yourself through this, absolutely. If it progresses to the point where you need a physician, absolutely. I'm grateful for physicians and doctors who have helped me over the years. It's an and.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because, some people are going to be like, well, just saying these things, or that I'm secure and all that, how's that going to help? But think of all the home remedies that we try for things. I used one last night. I put on, when I went to bed, I put on pajamas and a sweatshirt and heavy blankets to sweat it out of me, Other times I've guzzled orange juice to try to get all that vitamin C. And everybody has their own remedies for how to get rid of these things. Hot toddies. I know people have done those in the past, which, nasty. But anyway, so why not? Why not try using the power of our mind to just say, look, you're good, you're fine, and start feeling that way.
I agree, Chris. Like if we really broke it down and we were really honest, who knows? But if you were really honest and really talked to someone who was very scientifically based and not in a evidence based person. And we talk to them about what they do when they feel sick. I bet you there's some stuff in there. It's not so evidence based. I bet you there's some stuff in there that they're doing that doesn't have anything to do with what's in a textbook, right? When it comes down to it, either it's something your grandma taught you, or it's eating chicken soup, or something like that. And maybe there's something that you're doing that just feels better. It just helps you to feel better, right? You talked about hot toddy. I've never had one, but from what I understand, it's alcohol based, right? Like you put like rum or something in it, right?
Yeah,
it's like warm rum.
I don't drink, but the person gave it to me. Didn't really tell me what it was, but it was like, whoa,
Yeah, it's like warm rum or something like that. Like,
yeah.
Look, there may be some evidence to that, but most likely not. Mostly likely just makes you feel better. Yeah, gets you a little bit drunk, and it's warm. And it feels good it feels good in your chest.
Good to your throat, and then you don't care as much about being sick.
Right. So we go back to spiritual. We go back to how does it feel? Like, what it goes back to your experience and how are you, getting relief for yourself in that moment.
And going to the chicken soup, for me, it's love. If it's homemade, if it's given to you from someone you love, it's an expression of love. And are you receiving their love? You're bringing in the gratitude of love as you're eating it. So the difference between store-bought and homemade, you can taste the difference. Your body responds differently.
Oh, she just cut off my comment because I want to say my go-to is Campbell's tomato soup with Ritz crackers in it when I'm sick.
But I bet you, even if you think back to when you were first introduced to Campbell's chicken soup with crackers in it.
Tomato soup, not chicken. No,
tomato soup? Okay, whatever. No judgment.
Well, clearly there was.
No judgment, Brian. Whatever it is, if you think back to how you were introduced to that, there's probably somebody who really loved you who introduced that to you.
Yeah, it's probably my mom making it for me when I was sick. You're right.
Right. And it's filled with sodium and preservatives, but it's something that your mom was like, here, this will make you feel better. I love you.
Eat it while watching The Price is Right,
Watching The Price is Right. Man, I remember staying up from school and watching all those shows.
Yep.
So we're talking about chicken soup, but it really has all this other. Jody talks about like language and how when we hear things or we notice that we have a different experience of it. So that can of chicken soup may just be a can of chicken soup, but you have this whole story around it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
It's awesome indeed. I think it's the most awesome thing.
So basically, what we are saying is, when you're sick, well, again, figure out why. Which again, show that book again, Brian. So we can make sure everybody can see.
Yeah, she's well known. Louise Hay, you can heal your life.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. And look, you may think it's complete nonsense, and maybe it is to you. But if it helps you to feel better. I know as I was reading through that book, as when I first experienced it, I just felt better. Yeah. I just felt good reading it. So and there's something to just feeling good.
That's awesome.
So I think.
All right. Now, this one I'm going to have to put together in a different way, but we'll go ahead and wrap this episode here, and then we'll dive into another topic in just a few minutes. Guys, always a great conversation, even when it's unplanned. It seemed to be even better. So thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
So there you have it. An episode of So Who Are You Really that we never really got started and actually never really finished. So that's what I'm here to do right now. Look. There was a lot of good discussion in there on self-healing, but we would like to hear from you. What are the things that you do to help using spirituality heal yourself? Or, even some great remedies. I'm up for that too. Let us know wherever you're seeing the show. Leave a message in the comments, get back to us, send us emails, reach out to us on LinkedIn, however you want to reach us. But let us know your thoughts not only on the episode, but things that you do to help self-heal. Again, my name is Chris Lanning. I'm the moderator, and on behalf of Jody Lemieux and Bryan Winston, the host, you guys have a great day.